Hi everyone, it's Cindy, and I'm just back with a couple more ideas on how to use wallpaper. And I completely stole this idea from Gi Kerr on happiness with crafting. And I'm going to try to remember to link her video below because she does a much better job of it. She has a Friday freebie where she works up some sort of project and sends it. It's on her Facebook site. And you can print it out for free. It's yours to do what you want to with it. So I didn't print her design out, but I did steal her idea of what she did with it. She made like a little portfolio thing or folder. I'm not sure what you would call it, but anyway, I was sitting there watching it and I thought, what if I made it a little larger than hers, and what if I use wallpaper instead of her printout? So basically what she did is she printed out a full sheet, a design on an 8.5 by 11 sheet, and you fold it in half, put it on some cardstock, fold it in half, and you make a folder out of it. So I'm thinking if I made it larger, like say an inch, instead of being 8.5, make it 12 by 9.5, so it's an inch larger each way. And then when I said that, I thought, oh, you know what? They have such things as 12 by 9 envelopes, and I have some, so that's when I decided that would be the size I would use. So I have this stack of these old 12 by 9 envelopes, and they're so old you can see, I think, the coloring on them, and I think they're glued shut. So it would be nice if you can figure out a way to do this project and use those pockets, you know, of the envelope. You can have it open, you know, you'd have it folded in half, but you can have cut this open and cut that open, and you'd have pockets. So that would give you more room, but you probably can't do that and sew your wallpaper or whatever on there. So anyway, I just took that 9 by 12 envelope, plopped it on some wallpaper and glued it down. And let me tell you, wallpaper, you know, is supposed to be glued, so it does a great job of sticking, and I like the feel of it. So anyway, I folded it in half after gluing it, and then on her project, she gives you a second page of design things, and one of them is like a long strip to use as a side tuck, and then one is a short strip to use as a little pocket here, and then a pocket here and a pocket here. So of course, if you're not using her printout, you can design this any way you want. So I was just trying to keep her same idea, except doing it with wallpaper instead of her printout. So anyway, I'm making this into like a little ephemera folder, or not really, I don't know what to call it, things to make ephemera out of. So like parts and pieces. Like in this pocket here, I could put scraps of scrapbook paper, and even if it's too large, I can still angle it in there, and that's fine. I've got a sheet of stickers. I've got some scrapbook paper I cut out the thing for the front, so you can put on there, you know, it's my flower journal, stamps or whatever. Just like if it's a certain project, you know, this is for my floral journal or whatever. I included a little bird, and I also have some washi tape I wrapped around and some different ribbons. Even though it would fit better in a pocket, I wanted to stick out the top, so I'm putting it in here. And this is a large journaling card I made out of an image from a magazine, and just book papers lined up and some blank paper on the back I stitched around it. So I'm just going to include that in here. So it can just be whatever you want. It can be already made ephemera. It can be things you're collecting to work on a certain journal or certain ephemera you're going to be working on. So just whatever. So I just picked out a variety of things and to put in here just to show you what it can be like. Here's some quotes I got from Gi Kerr, Happiness and Crafting, from her Etsy shop. This was a label from something, but it can make a cute little journaling card. Some tickets, and these are some printouts from, I have a digital kit on my Etsy shop. It's an old magazine and old newspaper ads, so that's some of those. I just printed those out and put in here. And the deeper pocket here, I've got a sheet of, it's actually 2 sheets, 3 sheets, several sheets. These old vintage labels, so I'm putting those in there. Here's some more, well, let's put the birds in last. I've got a circle punch I cut out, I think it's on sticker paper. Here's some labels that I cleaned off my stamps with, so they're pretty. You can work on those for collage. Here's a stamped image. And this is another one of those ads, so it can go in here. You can, you know, decorate it up if you wanted to. And here's some more little birds. So just whatever you wanted to put in your ephemera folder, or whatever you want to call it, project folder. Anyway, so I just, like I said, stole her idea, completely stole it, used a wallpaper instead of her printout. Okay, this is a faux stamp. I made it into a paper clip because on her design, she gave you some hearts for you to make paper clips out of. And they're made to clip on that top little short pocket. And I'm not sure if she sewed the bottom of hers, but I did because I wanted it to be a pocket because I'm going to have some other little things I'm going to put in there. And I'm not sure how I'm not sure if I watched the whole thing, to be perfectly honest. I should have. But on mine, when I stitched around it, I had to think about it for a minute because I wanted everything stitched. So, of course, you know, you can't stitch the top of this pocket because then it would sew it closed. So before you glue anything down, this has to be stitched. The top of this has to be stitched. The tops of this one has to be stitched, and then you put it on top of this one. This is very confusing. And then you stitch this and that, and it catches this pocket. And on this one, I didn't want the zigzag because I did not want the paper clips to catch the zigzag, so I did straight stitch, and I just did around the whole thing, except on this side. I guess I didn't. I did 3 sides. Okay, then I glued it in, and then I stitched all the way around it, and that got all the different sides. It's very, it's not, I mean, I don't know if it's confusing or not. I probably should show you how I did it, but you can also watch her video too. So anyway, just wanted to show you this, another use of wallpaper, and I love the feel of it. I love the size of it. It's perfect. So anyway, there's that. Another thing real quick is when I was doing this journal, I thought, you know, that's a pretty cool idea. And I marked it here on this page. I took a piece of wallpaper. It was just a piece of scrap that was, laying around my desk. Glued it on there. See, I had a white page I was trying to decorate. So, actually, it had some words on it. I didn't. It was this page. So, I had some words on it I wanted to cover up. Make the page more useful. So, I glued that wallpaper on there. Had the rose buds on there. And I put some trim there. So I just made kind of like a little collage out of it. So I thought that's a neat way to use some wallpaper up. But it has to be, like this blue wallpaper wouldn't work there because you couldn't really journal on it. But if you had something like this, that's a lighter color and you had a scrap of it, it would be a neat little part of the collage. Or something like this, which has got the maps. I think you can write around parts of it. You can definitely use for journaling. So anyway, I like that idea, and then just collage around it, and it makes it more than just a piece of wallpaper stuck on the page. So anyway, that's just a couple more ideas I had, and this idea I completely stole from Gi Kerr, so maybe she'll forgive me. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I think I'm going to actually put this one for sale on my Etsy shop if anyone's interested, and we'll talk to you guys later. So bye.